shared the link already? चल रहा है एक कैमरा और चल रहा है एक और चल रहा है माइक एक मिनट होगा एक मिनट उधर रहने दीजिए उधर बैठिए
Everyone, please sit at your place, own your place. One, two, three, check. But it's okay.
You okay? Check.
Hello 1 2 3ชัดไหมคะ
ชัดที่มากชัด
Oh, one more.
It's okay भैया
Now we are going to start our Sunday weekly meditation. Let's sit calmly.
เดี๋ยวเรากำลังจะเริ่มนั่งสมาธิกันนะคะก็ขอให้นั่งอย่างสงบค่ะ
Let us we all bow down to Shri Mataji and take collective vandan.
ก็ขอให้ทุกท่านนมัสการคุณแม่นะคะแล้วก็ทำบันดาลร่วมกันค่ะ
Now Mataji's red dot to make ourselves in center, to be stable.
ขอให้ทุกท่านมองไปที่จุดแดงที่หน้าผากคุณแม่นะคะแล้วก็ขอให้สมาธิตรงไปที่คุณแม่แล้วก็ทำสมาธิให้จิตใจมั่นคง
Let us ask to Shri Mataji, Mother, please help me to go deep in today's meditation.
ก็ถามคุณแม่นะคะก็ขอให้คุณแม่ช่วยให้เราได้นั่งสมาธิได้ลงลึกในสมาธิมากกว่าเดิมค่ะ
Mother, please help me to become thoughtless during the meditation.
ขอให้คุณแม่มอบให้เรานั่งสมาธิอย่างไม่มีความคิดใดในสมองเรานะคะ
Let us close our eyes.
ขอให้ทุกท่านปิดตาค่ะ
Let us put our attention toward our center channel.
ขอให้เราวางความคิดอยู่ตรงช่องกลางของเรานะคะ
So as we are not still in the balanced state, let us balance ourselves of our left and right channel.
ขอให้เราอยู่ตรงกลางแล้วก็ทำให้สมดุลระหว่างด้านซ้ายขวาค่ะ
Let us put our right hand towards the ground and left hand towards Shri Mataji to balance to clear our left channel.
เดี๋ยวเรามาเคลียร์ด้านซ้ายก่อนนะคะโดยการเอามือขวาวางเอาลงไปที่พื้นดินนะคะแล้วมือซ้ายหันไปทางคุณแม่ค่ะ
Here we pray, O Mother, please remove all the negativities, all the obstacles, all the impure desire from my left channel.
แล้วเรากล่าวในใจว่าคุณแม่ขอให้คุณแม่นำสิ่งเนกาทีฟหรือสิ่งที่ไม่ดีออกไปจากด้านซ้ายของเราด้วยนะคะ
Let us take Mahakali Bhairavnath Sakshat Mantra.
Tvamev Sakshat Shri Mahakali Sakshat Shri Bhairavnath Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Now put back our right hand on the lap and left hand towards the sky to clear our right channel.
เดี๋ยวเรามาเคลียร์ช่องหลังฝั่งขวานะคะโดยการเอามือขวากลับมาที่ตักแล้วก็เอามือซ้าย ชูขึ้นอยู่ในระดับไหลนะคะ
Here we pray. Oh Mother, remove all the negativities, all the obstacles, all the excessive heat from my right channel.
แม่ขอให้นำสิ่งที่ไม่ดีออกไปจากช่องพลังฝั่งขวาอุปสรรคต่างๆแล้วก็ความร้อนที่เกินกว่าปกติ
Mother, please purify my tension.
แม่ขอทำให้ความคิดของข้าพเจ้าบริสุทธิ์
Here we take Mahasaraswati Sakshat Shri Hanumana Sakshat Mantra. Dvameva Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati Sakshat Shri Hanumana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Now we put back our right hand on the lap and focus on our Muladhara chakra.
ก็ขอให้เราเอามือวางที่ตักของเรานะคะ
Here we pray. Oh Mother, remove all the impure desire, all the negativities from my Muladhara chakra.
แม่ได้โปรดเอาสิ่งที่ไม่ดี สิ่งที่ไม่บริสุทธิ์ออกจากมูลดาราของข้าพเจ้าด้วย
Mother, help me to become innocent like Sri Ganesha.
แม่ช่วยให้ข้าพเจ้ามีความบริสุทธิ์ดังศรีกเนชาด้วยค่ะ
Here we take Ganesha mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Now today we are going to focus on our Bhavsagra.
Okay. วันนี้เราจะโฟกัสอยู่ตรง void ของเรานะคะ
Bhavsagra is also called as void. So void includes our two chakras, that is Swadhisthana as well as Nabhi. So we can keep our right hand little bit above our Nabhi.
void เราจะมี2จักระนะคะก็คือนาบีกับสวาดิสถานนะคะก็เดี๋ยวเราจะวางมือไว้ตรงนาบีทางด้านซ้ายตรงกลางนะคะค่ะ
So Bhavsagra constitutes of our three primordial gurus, 10 primordial gurus.
ก็ตรงนี้จะมีกรุทั้ง10อยู่นะคะ
When our Kundalini awakens and passes through Bhavsagra, it helps us to keep us out from the illusions and bring us to the reality.
ก็เมื่อกุณดาลินีของเราตื่นขึ้นเนี่ยกุณดาลินีจะทำให้เราเนี่ยมองผ่านมายาต่างๆแล้วก็เห็นตื่นรู้ในความเป็นจริงค่ะ
It also helps us to separate our awareness and what is actually in reality.
เมื่อคุณดาลินีตื่นขึ้นก็จะทำให้เราตระหนักรู้แล้วก็แยกแยะความจริงออกมาได้
Bhavsagra actually represents our outer appearance. For example, our personality, the way we talk, the way we communicate, the body language, our attitude, everything comes from our Bhavsagra.
ก็2จักระนี้จะทำให้เราเห็นบุคลิกนิสัยนะคะในแง่ของวิธีการพูดของเราวิธีการคิดนะคะที่เป็นตัวตนของเราออกมา
When we attain our Guru state and the Kundalini passes from Nabhi to Bhavsagra, it helps us to attain our Guru Tattva, through which we recognize what is right and what is wrong.
ก็ตรงนี้เนี่ยเราเมื่อกุณดาลินีตื่นขึ้นแล้วผ่านจักรานี้แล้วเนี่ยจะทำให้เรารู้ในสิ่งที่ถูกและในสิ่งที่ผิด
So here we take Adi Guru Dattatreya mantra, and while taking the mantra, let us 10 times in clockwise direction we move our right hand over our Bhavsagra.
ก็เดี๋ยวเราโฟกัสที่อดิกูจักราแล้วก็เอามือหมุนไปทางตามนาฬิกานะคะตรงในช่องท้องค่ะ
Tvameva sakshat Shri Adi Guru Dattatreya sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. attention on our Sahasrara chakra and meditate for a while.
ตรงนี้ขอให้เราทุกคนนะคะเอาสติอยู่ที่จักราที่7นะคะสหัสวะนะคะแล้วก็นั่งสมาธิสักครู่หนึ่งค่ะ
Now, in this step, let us watch Srimataji's video.
เดี๋ยวเรามาดูวิดีโอของคุณแม่กันนะคะ
It is a very important Guru Puja today because we have completed 25 years of Guru Puja. जरा घूमता कर दो। Also, it is extremely beautiful to see so many Sajogis who really have become very great. It's a question of understanding what Sahaja is. It's a very unique discovery I feel now that people who were seeking the truth have found it and have now got it absolutely on their central nervous system. Yes, in some places it's difficult to explain how it has happened, how it has worked out, and how in these 25 years we have been able to achieve this expansion of Sahaja. The main thing I feel is that you all should know that as the tree grows, the roots have to grow much deeper. And they should spread also. If it doesn't happen, the tree cannot be sustained. Only by Mother Earth. So the roots are in your own life, in your own heart. When we say we have become our own guru, we should really try to find out with our introspection, are we our guru or not? Because before this, your mind was on one side and your heart was on another side and your attention was in another dimension. So these three things were creating confusion within you. If you understand a human being, then you will be surprised to see how these three things act separately in a human being. And sometimes they fight also. First is your intellect and your mind. Second is your heart, your feelings, your emotions. And the third one is your attention. In these modern times, this confusion is the worst because all the time your attention is outside. It could be towards beautiful things or beautiful women or beautiful men or all kinds of nonsensical way of wasting your energy. Such attention then is absolutely like a horse which is let loose. You cannot control such an attention. And this attention runs wild from one to another. It's a fashion also. It's sort of a very popular thing to keep the attention moving all the time. But this attention that has to be towards the divine, towards the Almighty, is just being frittered away. Thus, attention doesn't grow its own roots. First is to find out about yourself. Where does your attention go? What makes you feel like looking after or concern or attention? You see, the attention comes from various problems and could be your upbringing where you are not controlled. Could be your education, could be your atmosphere in which you live, or could be your own ego or your conditioning. पानी बहुत ठंडा है शायद इस वजह से चाय हाँ डाल दो इसमें पी लूँगा गर्म हो So this attention is being attacked by all these outside energies or negative forces, and it gets entangled. Like a river flowing straight into the ocean can get lost in a barren place. In the same way, this attention, which has to go towards the divine, gets frittered away and is punished. This weak attention cannot take you towards the divine. Ultimately, you find that all this attention is being completely absorbed or frittered away by the nonsense that's going on. Unfortunately or fortunately, you are born in these modern times. And in these modern times, as you know, it's a very chaotic condition. In these chaotic conditions, you don't know what is right and what is wrong. And there are all kinds of attractions which can take away your attention and reduce the energy of your attention. It is possible more for the people who are very right-sided. Also, the left-sided people can be very much affected. Right-sided people, as you know, go up to a point and become extremely dry, self-opinionated, and aggressive. All their attention is in aggression. While the people who are on the left side are indulging too much into their own whims and their desires and their own temptations. Both sides can fritter away your attention, which is the most important. It is the most valuable thing is your attention. But the attention cannot be controlled by a person who doesn't have a weak mind or a weak heart. Now supposing you take somebody who is a very intelligent person. The intelligent person puts all his attention in capturing the attention of others. I don't know why, but it's a kind of a paradox. The person who himself is having such a lot of aggressiveness and all that, tries to be very sweet, tries to be very nice with people, just to keep good relations, or we can say the good behavior towards people so that they pay attention to that person. This is a very subtle thing. They are not even aware about it, that we do such a thing just to make others pay attention to us. That is how we have seen that in these modern times, so many stupid things people do just to attract the attention of others. Most of the facts that had come up in modern times are just to make something stupid so that people should pay attention to them. Of course, the Sah Yogis are not like that. But I'm just pointing it out. How in the modern times you have to be very careful that you should not try to attract the attention of others. Instead of that, what you have to do is to pay attention to others in a very subtle way, not with any expectation that if you are paying attention to somebody, that person should pay attention to you. It's a very big struggle I have seen in Sah Yoga also, that people try to say, become very popular or become very outstanding or something of a very great qualities to show off that they are something better than others. A person who is really in connection with the divine is least bothered about how people pay attention to that person, but automatically the attention of such a person is on others, which is very, very subtle, very subtle. You cannot make out that the attention of such a person is on you, but it works, and it works beautifully. We have to understand that we have now come to the realm of the divinity. We are in the kingdom of God, and we are divine people. We are very powerful people. But if we fritter away our attention, we become very, very weak people. It's easy to feel that we are sadhugis, we have done so much of realization of others, or we have helped so many people. All this consciousness, if it comes within you, then know that you are still not fully developed sadhuga. There should be no consciousness of what you are doing or what you are committing. There is no need to boast about it. There's no need to advertise it. Whatever you are is already can be seen by everyone. But even that desire is not needed, because you are doing just for the satisfaction of your spirit. So then when we come to our heart, in the heart resides the spirit, as you know very well. Now when it is the heart which has to work over your brain, and which can work, what becomes of you is nothing but you become a source of love and compassion. A source, I am saying. You do not assert on others. You do not say that I have done so much for you, and what are you doing to me? What is this that I should have so much expressed in so many ways, and here you are forgetting me and not doing anything for me. So the expectation of reward, if it is there, then you must know it's your mind which is giving you these ideas and is working it out that way that you just now put attention to the amount of love the other person has given you for whatever you have given to another person. It's very subtle. So in Sah Yoga, you should see now yourself as just a source of love which is just flowing. In that you do not say that you have to have this or that, or you have to achieve this goal, or you have to become that. It's finished now. Once you have become the source, then how can you become something? The thing is, those who are receiving from the source want to have some sort of a reward or some sort of a recognition. In this subtle way, if you move, your mind is very clever. In Sah Yoga, we have very clever, intelligent people. But this mind, you have to be very careful. Because this mind can cheat you. So ask your mind, why are you in Sahaja Yoga? What is the purpose of your Sahaja Yoga? Gradually this mind will shut up. And then you have to ask yourself that what is my own desire now? What do I want? What do I want to achieve? Why I am in Sahaja Yoga? If you ask this question, you will see you will just dissolve. You will become thoughtless because there is no desire left now. There is no ambition left, no competition. All these qualities are of the brain, or we can say of the intellect, which makes you competitive, which makes you also jealous. So jealousy is also a product of this competitiveness, because when two persons are competing or many are competing and one is selected, others become jealous. I mean, instead of feeling happy, all right. So one of us has become something, so we should be very happy that he has become. On the contrary, the other people feel jealous. Why has he become? Who is he? What does he think of himself? Then they go further. Not you people, but on the whole people go further with it. And what do? Is to harm another person. In Sahaja Yoga, people are also sometimes very worried and frightened. There is no need to be worried or frightened, because now you have become a Sahaja Yogi and a Guru. Nobody can touch you. Anybody who tries to touch you will be subsided somehow or other. Of course, I don't do anything as such, but today only I heard that in Turkey there were two newspapers who were after Sahaja Yoga writing all nonsensical things. So the first one met with an accident and died. I didn't do that. The second one had two people, editor and sub-editor, were killed and somebody cut their throats. Of course, I didn't do that. Some fundamentalist must have done, or somebody must have done. Now, we don't have to worry as to who criticizes you, they say it about you, because you must know they are blind people. They are absolutely blind. They are not matured as far as the wisdom is concerned. For them to understand Sahaja Yoga is not possible. They go up to a point and then they stop. They cannot go further, because this dissolution of your being, as I said, the drop becomes the ocean, is difficult, especially in the West, where there are so many ideas of their own identifications and of their own personalities. Now, it is quite again a paradox that we don't want people to dress up indecently or we don't want people to behave indecently. Decency is a very big part of Sahaja Yoga. So one can ask that, Mother, when you say you have to completely dissolve, then why should we have this dignity? Why should we worry about having a dignity? It's quite all right. This question is all right. The answer is like this. Supposing you put a drop of some filth in the ocean, then the ocean can become dirty. If you put some poison, then the whole ocean can become poisonous. In the same way, whatever is not congenial to the ocean, to this divine power, should not be done. Otherwise, you will spoil the whole of it. We have had experiences. We have had Sahaja Yogis who were leaders also, and they tried to be quite funny, and the whole collectivity was spoiled. One person who is not a good person can spoil the whole collectivity. The one who is then a leader on top of that is even worse. So one has to understand that when you are becoming a drop of the ocean, this ocean is the pure ocean of love. In that, you should not do something that will create repulsion, frustration, or even sometimes it can create a very grotesque image of the whole ocean. That is why we have to be decent people, decorous people. It is not that in any way we want you to be like a dandy people or anything, but what it means that you must respect your body, respect yourself, and a respectable personality you should have. Too much indulgence to that is not proper. But it should be such that you should respect yourself. It's very important. If you cannot respect yourself, you cannot respect at all the divinity within you. It's like a decoration of the divinity that your whole behavior, your whole attire has to be in such a way that people should know that he is a decent man. Indecent things have come out and have become now a everyday fashion. And they go on coming one after another because of the entrepreneurs. And we are playing into the hands of entrepreneurs. But if you know what dress you have to wear and what is good for you, once for all you have to decide. Now the attention should not be also wasted in that today I'll wear this kind of a sari, tomorrow I'll wear that kind of a dress, third day, because that also spoils the attention. But if it is a decent thing, it's perfectly all right, and that will really make you feel dignified within yourself. In modern times, as the people are, I don't think they have much respect for themselves. You see very highly posted people, highly placed people doing all kinds of nonsensical things like cheating, like having relations with people who are of dishonorable position. All this is happening. If you see in the newspaper, you are shocked how these people at the helm of affairs could be like this. Because they are still not matured enough to know where are they, what is their position, how they have to be. If you are mature enough, then you will understand that, say, I am a housewife, I am such a minister, I am prime minister, how I should be. That all that achievement they have outside remains outside, doesn't go inside. But for a Sahaja Yogi, it should be absorbed within. It has to be absorbed within so that the attention is not wasted too much. The another part which one has to see is the heart. Some people are saying, Mother, if our heart is ruling the head, then we become too much emotional, we get too much attached to people, we see sort of individual friendships and things like that. On this point, one has to know that why do you get attached to one person? It's not your heart. It's not your heart. You get attached to a person because you have some sort of we can say a relationship maybe, or maybe you like the hairdress of that person, maybe you like the dress that person has. Something outside quality is attracting you towards that person. It is not something inner quality that is attractive. For example, if you are attached to your children too much, you will spoil them. They will not come up to your expectations. Anybody you get attached to, you must verify why are you attached to such a person. What is the reason? Now in Sahaja Yoga, people are attached to each other very much, I know that. But it is not for any external reason. Because somebody is rich, because somebody is famous, because somebody is doing some sort of a extraordinary work No. They are attached to that person because that person is a bundle of vibrations. That it gives you tranquility, it gives you joy, and it gives you a kind of an immense resolution of your being. So that happens when you are very much there. As I have told you the story of once this potter was kneading the clay, and his name was Gora Kumar. And when Namadeva, who was a tailor but very well known poet, both of them were poets, he went and he saw this potter was doing such a, it was not a very respectable work he was doing. He was busy kneading the clay. He looked at him, and what he says, that I have come here to see the Chaitanya, to see the formless. But what I find, that the formless has got into a form. This only, I always say, is only possible between the two saints of the same level. That the way they appreciate, the way they feel, there are no words for what I want to say, but the way they feel the oneness, the unity, which is a subtle one between each other. Such a feeling, if you have for each other, then know that you are really now dissolved and you are in the ocean of joy. But on the contrary, those who are sitting on the shores cannot feel that way. They judge, they try to find out what's wrong with that person, this is not so. They can never appreciate another person. What they feel is that they have a right to criticize, to find out faults with others, and that they are something special. And the other person also finds out faults with this person. So it's a fault-finding society, I find sometimes, and you get fed up with it. But when you see that another person who is there, the person who is another saint, you feel such rapport, such oneness, such a spontaneous feeling for that person, which is absolutely pure. There's no expectation. There's no mental activity to find out what's wrong with that person. There's no judgment about what the person is like, but just oneness with that person you feel, and you feel that your quality of your love has got a new shine, a new dimension. So it comes to that, what we should appreciate within ourselves is the purity of our love. When you are pure, the purity is there, you do not get attached to anything, but in that detachment you are enjoying. In attachment you cannot enjoy, because in that you are bothered more about the superficial relationship with the other person. Now in a wider way, if you see Sahaja Yoga, you are all very important people. Extremely important. Because in the history of spirituality, there were not so many saints sitting together. Never can you see so many people from so many countries thinking about divinity and morality. It is impossible to get so many people together on any point whatsoever who are feeling the oneness, we can say the most soothing feeling with each other. Whether it is comfortable or not, whether it is very much according to the norms of comfort. People who are saints are absolutely happy with other saints and other saintly people. They rush to people who are saints. Once it happened to me when I was in Kolhapur that they told me there is a saint who talks about you. So where is he? They said he lives up there and it will take at least 3 hours for you to climb up. He only lives there, he doesn't come out. I said, all right, I would like to go and see him. So I was walking and it started raining. So they said, Mother, you never go to anybody like that. Why are you going to him? I said, no, just I want to go up and see him. Now this fellow, they said, had a control over rain. But it was raining very heavily. And when I climbed up, I saw him sitting down and going on like this with great anger. So I said, let us go and sit in his cave, because this fellow is now not in a normal mood. So I went and sat in the cave there, and there he came. He couldn't walk because his, they say that his legs became absolutely lame because of the vibrations that were too much in him. Whatever it is, they couldn't walk. So they brought him there, he sat down. So the first thing he asked me, why did you not allow me to stop the rain? It was raining so heavy. And when you were coming up, I didn't want you to get drenched. The way now you are all full of water, and I didn't want you to suffer like this, because it's not a good welcome to you. So did you do it just to control my ego? Because I must have developed ego because I can control rain, that's a fact. So I just smiled at him. I said, see, you are my son, isn't it? And you have bought a sari for me. But you are a sannyasi, so I can't take a sari from you because sannyasi dharma is different. I am a grihastha. I can't take a sari from you. So I deliberately got drenched so that you could give me sari. The whole temper, whole unnatural behavior all dropped out. He became extremely sweet. Yes, yes, he said, how do you know I bought a sari? At least I said, in love you know everything. And then he brought a sari for me and he did aarti and everything. But you see, all these things show that how the love masters everything so easily. Small, small things, if you are expert in expressing your love, how it works out. There are so many incidents I can give you like this. But the main thing we have to see within ourselves, do we really love each other? Do we really have affection and compassion for others who are not even Sajogis? Those who are not Sajogis are also the blind people. You should have compassion for them. You should feel that these people are so unhappy and they cannot come to Sajoga and they cannot become Sajogis, and only in their ego they are satisfied. So you must have real compassion for them. If you have this compassion, you might be told by people that why you are wasting your energy, you are doing this, you are doing that. The compassion is actually unites all these things within ourselves. That's the uniting factor. First is your attention. First, which is very, very important, I think. And the second one is your intellect, or you can say your mind. And the third one is your heart. They all get somehow or other united together. Once you have this capacity to have compassion. You don't quarrel with anyone. You don't have to think about it. You just feel absolutely at home when you are compassionate, and with this compassion you are having relations with others. Now, this compassion is not studied out or worked out or maneuvered. It is just there. It is there. In that compassion, it forgives, it forgets all nonsensical. The forgiveness is only possible if you have this compassion within you. Now, even there are Sahajogis who asked me, Mother, how can we have love and compassion? I mean, this is a question which many have asked me. Now, the simple thing is that if you develop your thoughtless awareness in your meditation, in thoughtless awareness, you watch anything in thoughtless awareness, any relationship you see it in thoughtless awareness, then you will be amazed how the gates of this compassion will open. Thoughtless awareness opens your heart, but it doesn't go to one person or to another person, but it is throwing lights on all the sides of your being. Everybody is benefited. Everybody has a divine feeling for it. Because this compassion is not linear, nor is it aggressive, but it just flows and smooths and soothes everything that is chaotic, that is troublesome, and that is painful. This is what you have now. No, these things were done by saints long time back, but nobody liked them and they crucified them out of jealousy. Because if somebody became a saint, then people felt very jealous of that person. So they killed them or tortured them and troubled them. The situation is not so bad now. Of course, there are some useless people. There are some people who are really monsters. I agree. Forget about them. But on the whole, our attitude should be that these are blind people. Now, looking at somebody who is maybe something wrong with that person, may not be good natured, maybe anything. But in your heart, you should not have any grudge. You should not have any complaints about it. You can talk to that person about it. You can tell him in a way that will be absorbed. But you should not try to make an issue out of it and try to in any way trouble or torture anyone. Can you put off this one? Pankhe ko utar. You have seen already in Sahaj Yoga those people who came and were troublesome and were not of any worth for us just dropped out by themselves. We didn't have to do much about it. They just dropped out and they have gone into some sort of a problematic life. I even now receive letters from them saying that we have this problem, we have that problem, and how to solve this and solve that. But it automatically happens. Because after all, there is a big choice going on, and the divine is trying to decide who are capable of receiving the blessings of the divine. This is the only thing you have to achieve. That's why we have come to Sahaj Yoga. Nothing else is important. There are people who are very highly placed. Tomorrow they go into dust. There are people who are regarded as very great famous people. They go into dust. It's all the time is happening in your presence. Every day you read a newspaper and you find how they are behaving. Like today, somebody told me that in the newspaper there was that now one bishop is going to discotheque. Can you imagine? He's going to a disco. Now, what people must be thinking, they must be breaking their heads. Now, what to do, this stupid fellow whom we call as the bishop and everything is now going to disco. Whatever he had respect, maybe it is artificial, but it's all lost, finished. Because, you see, as they have no value of themselves. They just live with their ego. I'm such a big man, I'm this, that, I'm a bishop. They walk in a different way, they talk in a different way. And suddenly, how they go down? Now, what was the need for this old Johnny to go to the discotheque? I can't understand. So, because of this kind of life that he is leading, thinking no end of himself, he could never see that one day I will go down like that. Another thing which you should say in a very wider way, that he had no feeling why people respected him. He never knew why people had respect for him. Or he was not conscious of it. At least he would have preserved that. He did not. Why should he go to a place about which he has been always denouncing and saying that these are bad places, one should not go there? So, in your case, you have to be conscious that you are Sajogis. If you become the ocean, doesn't mean that your consciousness has vanished, but it has enlarged. You have got the consciousness of the ocean. You are not the one who has become like a mesmerized person or a person who has no connection with oneself. On the contrary, you are connected with yourself much more than you were before. So when you become the ocean, you don't lose your personality, but you expand your personality. You become a greater person. And this is happening in Sahaja Yoga. I am noticing many people are developing that kind of a personality. And they are expressing it and manifesting it. It gives me great joy to see in my lifetime I could see such people who are doing this kind of thing. So whenever you are doing something, whatever is your enterprise, whatever your lifestyle, whatever it is, that's all outside. One should not lose your attention which is towards God Almighty. If that is lost, you are lost. There's a very nice poem Namadeva has written about that there was a boy who was flying a kite, and the kite was floating. And this boy was looking after the kite, and while he was talking to everybody else, but his attention was on the kite. Then it goes further. He says that a lady is having the little child on her body, on the waist, and she is cleaning the house. She is cleaning with a little broom. She has to move from here to there, and after that cleaning, she has to do other work also. But the child is here. So her attention is on the child, that he should not fall down, something should not happen. Though she is doing all kinds of work, everything, her attention is on the child. In the same way, your attention should be on your divine power of Kundalini. This third one, he described that there are many ladies who are taking water from a river. Sometimes they have 3 pitchers on their heads and walking. And when they are walking, they are talking to each other, telling stories about each other and anything, but their attention was on the pitchers which are on their head. In the same way, whatever we are doing, our attention should be on our Kundalini. We should find out what are we doing. As it is, we have the light, but you must take light into every corner of your life, every aspect of your thinking, every kind of an effort you make. And you will be amazed if you really watch your attention, you will really know what you are doing. It's the attention to be watched so much that ultimately you will be surprised that the attention is no more frittering away. Without the attention, you cannot work out Sahaja Yoga. This is the main problem of Sahaja Yoga, is that your attention has to be towards God Almighty. Otherwise, nothing can work out. Your ascent cannot work out. If you have come to Sahaja Yoga to make money, all right, you'll make money and get out. If you have come here to show off your knowledge and all that, you'll show it and get out. If you have come here to show your power and your authority, you stay there and get out. Like that, many people have gone out, if you know. And this is what is to be really taken care of, that you don't try to use Sahaja Yoga for all these stupid things, which are not permanent, which are not eternal. Sahaja Yoga is to be used just for cleansing yourself, for becoming the ocean of love. Now, many people also feel that love is rather difficult because you can be harmed by others or somebody can take advantage of you. The main thing about love is, if it is not a pure love, then it creates problems. Supposing you trust somebody because of money, trust somebody because somebody relationship or anything, and you go on indulging into it, ultimately you will find that you will be very disappointed. Very disappointed. But supposing you show your love just with purity about that person, it's so subtle, it's so innate within you, built in, it's there. We have to just open out. Every human being is a bundle of love. And when he is afraid of others, especially the West, there are so many ideas they have created that you are afraid of this kind of love and that kind of love, and you see the way the perversion and all nonsense is there. But in pure love, there is a kind of a beautiful light which protects you, which guides you, and which enlightens your life completely. This light is just nourished, and also we can say, like the lamp has to have the oil. This is the one that is for our spirituality. The love of a person. You are embodiment of love, take it from me. Because you are a human being. Even the animals are there who know what is love is. You see, I know that if you love a tiger, the tiger will never harm. If you love a snake, it will never harm. If you try to love anybody who is very cruel and very bad, gradually he'll come down. He will harm you a little bit, he'll do this, he'll see things, and he might be mean with you, do all kinds of things. But then gradually you find your love works and works and works, and ultimately it is your love which is important to that person. Now, your love is really firstly appreciated more by innocent people, like children. Children know what love is. If the children see you and they run away, that means something wrong with you. I've seen people, like once we were in Japan, and there were two foreigners who were there, ladies who were dressed up. I
Let us take 3 Mahamantras. त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः Let us thank you, Shri Mataji, for guiding us in today's meditation, helping us to purify our attention, and thank you for being a guru, a mother, who always guides us and leads us to Sahaj path. Thank you, Shri Mataji.
ขอให้เราแสดงความขอบคุณกับคุณแม่ที่ช่วยแนะนำเราช่วยนำทางเราให้มีสตินะคะแล้วก็สามารถที่จะปรับปรุงในแง่ของความคิดอ่านของเราได้ดีขึ้นด้วยขอบคุณค่ะ
Let us all together namaskar Shri Mataji and take collective bandhan.
เดี๋ยวจะขอเวลาพี่น้องแป๊บนึงนะคะจะรบกวนอันช่วยสรุปนิดนึงอะค่ะเรื่องสัมมนาแล้วตอนนี้เรายังไม่ได้ทำกำหนดการเดี๋ยวอาจจะขึ้นจอแล้วก็ช่วยกันเลยอะค่ะว่าใครอยากจะให้มีกิจกรรมอะไรบ้างในระหว่าง National Seminar ของเรานะคะ so let us take a few minutes together to listen to An's briefing about National Seminar and then we have not got the program, the schedule yet, so maybe we can together help fill in the 2 nights and 3 days, what you want to see,